My name is Ilenia, I'm a midwife. I've been a midwife for nearly a decade and my baby spent himself some time in ICU when he was born. So what you can do to make the most of this time for you and your baby. The most valuable tip that I can give you as a midwife for your baby is to get as much colostrum as possible as soon as possible. Colostrum is the first milk that your breasts will produce when they... Now, technically this can be done also in pregnancy. However, if you didn't know that your baby was gonna end up in ICU, or you didn't have time, or you just simply didn't know, maybe you don't have colostrum ready antenatally, and that's absolutely fine. What you can do as soon as your baby is born is to start expressing. There is a technique that will enable you to express colostrum, and then you can use special containers to make sure that the milk is stored sterile, but it can be given safely to your baby, for example, or they're being fed through the feeding tube. Don't worry, because colostrum is so valuable, so rich of anticorps, nutrients, calories, that it will be so important for the baby even to have their lips moisturized with it. So don't worry if your baby is not actively eating. You can use colostrum so much for their skin, for their eyes, for their mouth, for their lips. So it's important that you express as soon as you can and as much as you can. Don't worry if you don't see a big amount at the beginning, especially if you had a premature baby. Your milk might take a little bit to come in, and maybe you had a cesarean section. There are risk factors that will make your milk to come in a little bit later, but don't worry, it's actually through stimulation and expressing that you'll make this process faster. So don't give up, just keep expressing manually. You need to have a healthy diet, you need to keep yourself hydrated. This will be so important to make sure that you have enough milk, and in general that you just feel better and you're able to look after your baby in ICU. Don't underestimate the importance to look after you, because if you are on top, then you can look after your baby.